David Chang, followed by Mo Satter, and then followed by Donald Moore.
Hi, Mayor. Hi, my name is David Chang, and I'd like to address the issue about Valco Mall. I work in Valco Mall for 20 years, and they giving everybody in the mall eviction notice, if you notice that. And they want to kick everybody out, and they're telling everybody we want to leave there voluntarily. That's not true at all. And they give us 2 months to get out of the mall. And I don't know who I can call to help us. And that's the reason I'm here today, to please ask Mr. Mayor to look into it. And for small mom and pop business, 20 years, say, get out. Well, we don't have no backup. I have a family to feed. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you, David. Mo Satter.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and council members. I'm a small business owner from Valco Mall. I've been there for almost 20 years. We are open 262 days a year, and we worked hard all our life. And now they are telling us to go without any compensation to relocate. First they promised us they will pay for the relocation, but now they changed their mind and they don't want to pay us a penny for relocation, which is very sad. I like you guys to involve in this matter and see some results. We'll really appreciate if you guys can look into this matter and talk to the owner of Sandhill Properties and get us a fair settlement for our businesses. We have worked hard for 20 years serving people of Cupertino day and night, and we have a very good record for all our customer service. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mo. Donald Moore.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Council.
Good evening.
My name is Donald Moore. I, too, am a small business owner at Valco Mall. We're a small but diverse group. There's about a dozen of us here. Not all of us will speak, but we all have similar concerns. We're all long-term residents there, or proprietors there, and we all have been dedicated to working in Valco Mall. As you know, Valco Mall is not the most prosperous place, and we're not here to try to stop a billion-dollar project from going forward. We just want some fairness. You know, coming up now is Christmas. That's the only time we have profitable during the year. We would just like to finish out at least the season to next year. They're certainly not going to knock the mall down any time before next year. So why they want people out, that's why we're asking your help. We'd like to continue to reward the Cupertino community as we have been long-term. You know, we'll have our last Christmas. Many of us have accumulated a good consumer base and inventory. Of course, we'd like to give that back to the community after Christmas, as any business that closes does, or hopefully have time to at least relocate or dissolve, whatever. But after Christmas is certainly the key. And we implore you to please, if you can help, please do. We are not asking a lot. We're not trying to stop people from doing anything. We just want a fair share. I believe that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I believe we can direct a question to city staff at this time. Do we understand what's going on here with a project that isn't going to move forward for
This is actually the
a
first
long
I've
time?
heard of this, so we'll have to look into it and
Okay.
find out what Sand Hill Company is doing with the mall right now.
Yeah, I'd be very interested and curious to know. We may have no legal rights, but to intervene here, but it would be interesting to understand why
Yeah,
people
I
who
have
are
no
counting
idea.
on Christmas season.
Yeah, it
would be-
doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I'll find out.
Yes, I'd love to get a report and items for one, and I'll
Yeah.
bet my colleagues would too.
I support that. I think we should empower our city manager to reach out to the applicant and try to figure out what's going on here.
When can you get back to us?
We'll talk to them tomorrow, find out what's going on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you all for coming. Next, we have up John Willey, followed by Kathy Helgerson, followed by Greg Schaffer, followed by Jennifer Griffith.
Hello, Council.
John, before you go, can I ask the city manager one question? Dave, can you contact those speakers about the employee or the shop in the Valco, and then once you find out, can you get back to them also?
Yeah, if they can provide me their contact or provide the clerk their contact information.
So
we'd be happy to-
we have all you guys the contact information, email, phone number. Okay, good. Thank you. Sorry, John, I don't mean to interrupt, but I need to just clarify.
That's good. Thank you, Barry.
Hi, Council. Well, I've been up here before, and if you remember, some months ago, I told you how we can take the engineering information, put it in the computer, and generate what exists. And I did that with what Valco was and what was conceivably proposed back in October, 2 million square feet. Well, now Valco Hills has put in their drawings, and that's what they intend to do. We all know they're going to totally demolish the mall. We've got office buildings and office buildings and office buildings and office buildings and apartments and apartments and apartments. But this really doesn't tell you the magnitude. This little circle down there, let's zoom in on it. It's a person that I put down there, and he's looking up from Stevens Creek. This is Wolf here. This is Stevens Creek at the mast that's going to be replacing the parking lot on Stevens Creek. Again, Valco today, Valco tomorrow. Okay, let's take him and move him over to these office buildings on Valco Parkway. 9 stories. There's our little guy. That's what we're going to get in place of J.C. Penney's. So, Valco Shopping Mall or Valco Hills? I think we in Cupertino deserve our shopping district more than more office buildings. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to ask you to hold your applause. We don't want speakers who may feel, other than you, intimidated. So that's kind of an important rule of protocol and etiquette here. Kathy Helgerson.
Hello. I'm here, first of all, to mention the Lehigh Cement Permanente Quarry Public Information Meeting hosted by Joe Simidian, Supervisor, Santa Clara County. Wednesday, November 4th, 7 p.m. here in the City Hall. I'm hoping everybody will attend. All the agencies will be there. It's a very informative meeting, and all of the advocacy groups will be there. So it's going to be a very informative meeting. Please attend. I'm also here to support the shop owners, large and small, at Valco. This is illegal. What has happened to them is illegal. It has caused undue hardship and extreme hardship. They should have been notified and given at least a year to find another place and to move out. Unofficially, this project has been approved. Unofficially, remember that word. This is unofficial. Until the project was approved, no one should have been asked to move. You can check with the lawyers. I'm hoping they get their own lawyer because there's a lawsuit here. Okay. I don't want just apartments and office buildings to satisfy Apple Computer. I want the movie theater left alone. I want the shopkeepers that should have been given a chance to remodel and given maybe money to do so, and to also given the option if they wanted to stay. They've been evicted. I don't think they have to move anyways. They can check with their lawyers. I really feel that it's time that the city of Cupertino took some interest in what's going on, and I think that the shop owners should be given compensation, whatever it takes to, if they have to move, they should be given enough money to cover their expenses for 6 months by Sand Hill, and the city of Cupertino is responsible for this. We do not want less retail, we want more. I don't want to have to go to Eastridge. I don't want to have to go to the Great Mall or Stanford. Steinmart just opened up their store. It's beautiful. If anybody has been there, you should go. I want to see more of that. We need retail here. I don't like commuting. I'm getting older. I don't want to have to go all the way across town, and I don't want to order off the internet. I want these people given a chance and an offer to stay, to remodel, to do whatever it takes for them to stay there. I don't want expensive shops put in there. If you're going to put a few shops in there that are too expensive, nobody goes to them anyways. Okay, so I don't want to have to go to Valley Fair all the time. The traffic's hell. They don't even have enough garage space over there. If you try shopping on the weekends, it's a nightmare. So I want the city to understand here what the public wants. This is illegal, what has happened to them. This is an eviction notice for no reason, because the project hasn't been approved. You don't know what's going to be in there. The city has to look at what's going to be in there, and then they have to ask the people to decide what they want. Not Sand Hill. This is illegal. Okay? And there's a lawsuit pending here. If these people are smart, they'll get themselves a lawyer.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you very much.
Please hold your applause. Greg Schaffer. Greg? Yes. Great. And then after Greg, we have Jennifer Griffith and Lisa Warren.
Yes. My name is Greg Schaefer.
Thank you. Sorry.
My credentials, I've been a resident for 26 years here in Cupertino. I design integrated circuits. I've been doing that for 40 years. I'm now in my 11th startup company. I'm part-time scientist, part-time structural engineer, part-time mathematician. And yes, I did graduate from the MIT class in 1965, 50th reunion. I'm opposed to the hills at Valco, and partially because of business reasons. I've written business plans. I've reviewed many business plans. I have yet to see a business plan for this project. Why are you using Sand Hill properties? They failed in Sunnyvale. Largest green roof in the world? Who cares? A hill? Is it 500 feet high? I go hiking in the hills here, a lot higher than that. For the $300 million it costs to build that hill, you can buy 50 square miles, not acres, miles, in those hills. Put in a lot of parks there. Can kids play in the park here in the Valco Hills? No. Can they play soccer? No. Can they play baseball? No. Cost of this project, $3 billion in your dreams. Have you ever known a contractor who comes in on schedule and at cost? I don't know who's going to pay for this. I think I found out. Annual revenue. If it was my project and I did it for $3 billion, I would want $600 million of revenue a year, and that means it's probably going to work. If you don't get that, you're probably going to fail. With 3 million square feet of office, apartments, etc., if that's $200 a square foot per year or $16 a square foot per month, I can get a good office in this area for $2 a square foot per month. Why would I possibly ever want office space there? I've asked for a business plan. I never get a response. I hope you guys have seen one, because I would really like to see them. I'm really good at evaluating business plans. I've seen a lot of them. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Jennifer Griffith. Followed by Lisa Warren, followed by Kim Vo.
Good evening, City Council. I'm Jennifer Griffin, and yeah, I didn't realize that Penny's was going to become 9 stories. I'm surprised Apple next door on Valco Parkway is not hysterical. I mean, Valco Parkway now is nothing like it looked like a few years ago. I mean, we've already got, Rose Bowl is I don't know, I think it's about 6 or 7 stories. And then you've got the parking garages from, I'm going to say right now, I mean, Main Street is a gem. It's beautiful. We planned it. We all worked together. But I do not want 9 stories at Penny's. I want Penny's. I want Sears back. I want my Sears. We used to buy our car batteries at the Sears repair place. It's gone. Now we got a notice that we'd have to go all the way over to Oak Ridge. And I checked it out, but it's a long ways over there. It's hard to get a parking place. We have lost so much retail already because of Valco. I understand the optometrist store is closing. My husband bought glasses a month ago, and they're being kicked out as of January. I mean, I don't know where we're going with this, but I really want my mall back. The other explosion areas, it was brought to my attention that the northeast corner of of Wolf and Stevens Creek, it's the street trees. Evidently, there's some sort of tagging up that they want to take down street trees on Wolf at that corner, and I guess street trees on Stevens Creek Boulevard, which I have no idea why. I'm fully aware of the PG&E issues. We went over that, and I think there's one tree that's being taken out on Wolf, which I understand is got to go because it's sitting on top of a PG&E. But I haven't seen this. It was brought to my attention. I guess I'm assuming that the trees have ribbons around them. But, I mean, under no circumstances should we be taking any street trees out on Stevens Creek Boulevard. That's heart of the city. We lost all of our street trees in front of the Metropolitan, and we have lost every single street tree on Main Street due to whatever. Every single tree on Main Street was taken down due to the building of Main Street. Under no circumstances should we be taking down any street trees on Stevens Creek Boulevard, and no way over my dead body are those ash trees in front of Sears at Valco going down. No way. They stay, okay? Apple was gracious enough to save the ashes on Homestead Road from Wolf over to Tantau. So we get the ashes in front of Sears and that Bay Club. I mean, they are hallmarks of Cupertino. They do not go down under any circumstances. They are saved. And I mean, we have to draw the line in the sand somewhere, and I'm drawing it. Thank you.
Thank you. Lisa Warren, followed by Kim Vo.
So on my sheet, I said I wanted to talk about protected trees because I noticed the other day in walking in the city, the signs in front of the buildings that Jennifer is alluding to on the northeast corner of Stevens Creek and Wolf. They're posted as, I believe, I regret that I wasn't able to get more information before tonight, but they're posted, I believe, as a landscaping improvement project where they want approval to remove 21 protected trees. So my assumption is that they want to take the double row of trees on that corner, both on Stevens Creek and Wolf Road, down to a single row. Wrong. I don't know who makes this decision. I would need to go read the thing again and look on the city website and see where it's popping up for a decision to be made. But we've been promised over and over again that the heart of the city is a double row of trees, and we have to extend that with new construction and blah, 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 and it's not happening. We're getting quite the opposite in many cases. As Jennifer has passionately expressed, it's not okay. So please look into who's making that decision, what it's all about, and in my opinion, a landscape improvement does not remove 45, 50-year-old protected trees. It's not an improvement. Secondly, I've listened to these poor small business owners plead for your help. And I can tell you from experience, I know that the Roasted Coffee Bean had a similar experience with Sandhill Properties bought Cupertino Village. They upped everybody's rent, so they were forced out. Roasted Coffee Bean, which is a valued Small business in our community can tell you their experience. I wish they were here. I wish I'd had time, known that this was happening, and asked them to get involved. There's someone else that has spoken at meetings and been part of some communications about all of this development around here, saying the same thing happened to her business at Cupertino Village. This is a company that's promising over and over again things that they then back out of and do not deliver. And I have about had it. And there you have it. What can you guys do? What are you willing to do to make them keep their promises, to make them listen when people say, we don't want anything above 45 feet, we don't want 2 million square feet of office, and then they market everything that's the fluffy stuff that may never happen because they've reneged on all the fluffy stuff at Main Street. Excuse my temper and my emotion, but they're out of control. And they're not just out of control in our city. They're not the only developer out of control. You guys have been voted in to keep things under control.
So I have Kim Vo, I have a card with no name, and then I have Surinder Kaur. And Kim, while you're coming up, could the council also get a report on what may be going on, if anything, with trees in that main artery, the northeast corner?
Yeah.
After
Jennifer brought
investigation by the city?
Yeah, we'll look into it.
Thank you.
Jennifer brought that to my attention before the meeting, and we'll be on it tomorrow.
Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Surinder Kaur. I have my business Teriyaki Experience.
I'm sorry, your name is?
My name is Surinder Kaur.
Oh, I see. Kim Vo, are you here? You were, I had you next.
Oh, she's next. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, she was the next speaker. So you're next. I have a card with no name.
Yes, sir. Good evening,
Go ahead.
Mr. Mayors,
Yep.
Mr. Barry Jan, the city staff, and everyone who's here. My name is Kim Vo. I'm a 40-year-old woman who started a small business food court in Valco. I have been here. My business has been here for 2.5 years, and it has been improving. I am very successful. I mean, as first-time business person, I can say that I'm successful here. When I first started my business, everybody tell me that I'm crazy. Valco is a dead place. But I'm telling you, I have a faith that I'm going to do a better job in Valco, and I did it. I have people from Apple. I have all the people around here, the senior people who I have talked to when they buy my food. They told me that they never want the Valco Mall to be closed out. They love the city, as I don't have money to live here. But I take a risk to start my first business here. And now I have to relocate it. I mean, they kick me out. I don't get any compensation for that. I am the only one who bring food to the table to my family. And now I lost everything, you know? And I'm here to ask for help from the city. Send help, build or kill? Ask them that question. Answer all of us, you build or you kill? The lady gonna be after me, her husband passed away. He has heart attack. She has no pay from her corporation. She had 3 kids, and now the business is going down very bad. 4 years ago, every weekend, she can make like Saturday, Sunday, Friday, she make more than $1,000 per day. And now $150 per day. She won't be able to help her family to survive. So I'm here on the group representing what we want to say. We have the same matter. We got killed from Sand Hill. And I'm asking you, please speak up and help us to get any compensation. At least we don't stop them to do what they want to do. We are an ant, they an eagle, but we're asking for a fairness. And please ask and talk to the people who live in this city. No one wants to be closed more. Sand Hill does what they're doing, it just try to blind the city. They don't tell the truth. We don't want to leave the mall, and no one to get the Valco Mall to close out. And thank you for letting me talk for 3 minutes.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, now Surinder, you're up. Surinder Kaur? Sorry about that.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Surinder Kaur. I have my business at Tariyak Experience in Valco Mall. So I opened my business 2009. Me and my husband that time there, we spent $300,000. We got the loan. So March 2014, my husband got heart attack, and then he died. So June 2014, they asked me to force me to sign for the paper. I signed for them because my English is not so good. So then 2014, they said, let me to sign the paper. I signed for them. And June 2015, they come to me to sign for the other paper. I said, no, so I asked them, so I know the mall is closing, so you guys help me to move me out, to give me some money, because I have loan. I have only one income. I have 2 kids. They are not 18 yet. This is only one income. So they say, no, they don't want to give me anything. They say, sign this paper, or they give me 30 the notes on June 30. So they say, move out on July 30 if you don't sign that paper. So they force me to sign. I have my notes with me, or I have other paper. So they don't want to give me anything. So then I signed for them. I am here until January 31. So they kick me out. They don't give me anything. I spent $300,000. I have still proof on it. I get the loan from the bank. I did not pay it off yet. I have only one income. I have my 2 kids. I'm feeding them to working here. So they don't want to give me anything. They just want to give me like that. So the other thing, why they give me notes on June 31, they don't give anybody because they think I'm poor, I can't do anything. So they said, if you don't sign, so then you have to leave on July 30, 2014. I'm already leave if I don't sign them their paper. I did not know what they saying. So now they're kicking me out for nothing. So I already signed on June. I want some help from them, you guys. So, okay, thank you.
Thank you. I'd like folks in the chamber, we can't have applause and we can't have people talking while there's another speaker talking. That's disrespectful. So, Ajay Shinghan. And after Ajay, I have Lynn Lee and Mark Chen. Good evening, Ajay.
I'm here for the same issue. And actually, the previous owner of the Vallco, they were playing with the malls. They were trying to sell this mall, and finally they achieved. What they were doing, they will try to bring this mall down, and so that people stop coming to this mall so they can sell it easy. So the last owner, he achieved that goal. Previous one, they all corrupt. They were pocketing the money. They took a lot of money from the banks for tenant improvement, but they never did anything to the mall. They build only movie theaters and parking garages. These parking garages till today is empty. If you can go over there, they rent it to all the companies, so employee can park the car over there. They rent it to car dealers. There's a Mercedes and Acura. Means they just walked out very easy, pocket the money, rip off the banks. And they never did anything to the malls. They always false promising, okay, we're going to do this. And management is really corrupt. They were responsible for this mall, and nobody was there to tell them, what they are doing. And they walked out very easily. And the last owner, he sold the mall, walked out very easily, and ruined everybody's business. We all sitting here. I've been there 15 years. I come from Union City all the way, 1 hour drive every day. So they never consider. And now the new owner, Sandhill Properties, they are doing the same thing. I don't know why they are rushing to this project. Is there something wrong? And they are just giving the notice. They gave everybody actually that a court notice to get out from 31st of December 2015. I don't know why they are rushing this all. And they never wanted to say, when I asked the manager, Mr. Mike Roddy, okay, you don't have lease. I said, you stopped giving me lease from last 1.5 years because it was pre-planned. They stopped giving leases to everyone. And how can I have a lease? I said, you bailed out all the Macy's, Sears, JCPenney, they're big stores. Well, you cannot fight with them. But the small stores like us, at least they should give us, relocate us, or reimburse us something so we can we can go to another mall and open a shop. The same business, you know. So this is all, if you look at the people, those who are in the mall, they know what they did, and management is totally, fully involved to bring this mall down. And there's a lot of corrupt people was there from last 3, 4, 5, 6 years. They played with the mall very smartly, and they brought the mall down, and finally they sold it.
Thank you, Ajay. Appreciate
Thank you, sir.
it. Lynn Lee, followed by Mark Chen. Hi, Lynn.
Hi. Hi, everybody. I am in the Vallco Mall with American Nail for more than 17 years. And, you know, they keep moving me a few times. And now they want me out, you know. And I don't know what to do now. Just the same with everybody, so I need you to help me to, you know. Every time when they move me, they said, okay, the later will be better, the more. But I didn't see any better. And every time moving, I have to, you know, remodel everything by myself. They not help. So yeah, I need you in here to help me too. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lynn. Okay. We're coming down to our last cards on oral communication. If you want to put in a card and I don't call your name here with this next batch, please see the clerk and fill out a card in the next minute. I have Mark Chen, followed by Liang Chow, followed by, we've heard from John, excuse me, Barry Feely. Okay. And I did have a blank card with no name, so if you were the person that wrote down you wanted to speak on oral communication but didn't put your name in, come right on up to the clerk. So Mark Chen, Liang Chow, Barry Feely.
Hello, Mayor and Vice Mayor. My concern is actually kind of pertaining to the agenda. It's about the parking and the safety commutes for the kids in Cupertino. For the last whole year, I've been noticing that a lot of Apple employees are parking in a residential park near Lawson, which is the street I live in Larry Way. They were parking there for the whole time that there's actually no drop zone for school Lawson because they would park on all the residential 2 blocks within. But still, parents like to pick out their kids, drop out their kids. So what I'm seeing is that it's a chaos at 3 p.m. where parents would come and double park on the street because they want to grab that 10 minutes or 20 minutes to pick up their kids from school. Whereas there's a horseshoe where it used to be the zone where students can pick up and drop off. They cannot do that anymore because Apple employee would took over all the park. And I mean, I think Vice Mayor mentioned about no drop-off within 2 blocks of school, but I'd rather see drop-off in that area because Apple employees would park there from 10 a.m. to 6, 7 p.m. As long as they don't park there over 72 hours, we cannot cite them. And they're doing that because they cannot park in their, I mean, there's a lot of people who work for Apple, so they don't have parking space. So they will actually park in residential and walk over to their office. So it's creating a problem. I mean, it's a chaotic in my neighborhood when it comes down to 3 p.m. that parents would double park, grab their kids. An Apple employee would come in at 11 a.m., park their car, park there all day till 7 or 8 when they leave work. So it's something bound to happen when it's winter time, foggy in the morning or late at night, dark, in and out of school. It's just my concern. I don't have a resolution for this. I just want to bring to the city's attention about the parking safe issues around Lawson School, which also affects my residential rights in many ways. That it's sad to see double parking on my streets all the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chen. If the city manager can follow up with maybe Apple Inc., I'm sure that they would cooperate with us on a resolution.
Yeah, this is a problem that kind of ebbs and flows. Apple enforces against their employees and then kind of relaxes, and the employees go back to parking, and then Apple cracks down. And so they probably have been a little while since they've reached out to the employees and reminded them not to park in the neighborhood.
Yeah, maybe we can have Apple Security follow up every other month or something.
Right.
The residents could also get together and petition us to create a
They have,
special zone,
and
right?
in the past they've chosen not to do that.
They've elected not to do that? Okay.
They've elected not to have permit parking in that area? What have they elected not to do?
Yeah, the reason why is that the residents want it flexible because Lawson Middle School is right there, so that they have some area to park for the kids for the parents to wait when they pick up the kids.
Maybe we can ask what our options are, just go back and, study it and come back with what are,
Yeah, I mean, typically the way to solve that problem is with resident permanent parking, but again, a lot of the residents really don't support that.
They wouldn't want to do that. Okay.
It's an ongoing situation, as the city manager said. I'm very familiar with the situation. It has come to the council before.
So you think it comes down to just approaching the company?
Yeah, the company
that's
as well as
producing
code
the fuel?
enforcement as well, too.
Well, I mean,
If it's public street,
yeah, I mean,
how
can
do
we
we
prevent that?
restrict
I
who
mean-
parks there?
Apple loves to cooperate with the city.
Yeah, we can't. Apple has influence over their employees, and in the past they've policed themselves.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chen.
So we've taken our last cards. Liang Chow, followed by Barry Feely, followed by Marion Moscoso.
Hi, Mr. Mayor, my Vice Mayor, and council members. First, I'd like to remind you, you are the ones who has allocated 2 million square feet of office and 800 housing units in December without giving the community a chance to weigh in on what we want at Valco. And you promised at the meeting that if the project is not approved by the community and the council, the office and the housing would be removed. However, the current situation, we are losing all the stores. Even if the rezoning is not approved, we don't have a mall anymore. Look around Cupertino, except Valco will be gone, Oaks will be gone. What we would have left would be a row of street with monstrous buildings like the city center. Even if the rooftop could be built, it will be on top of a 9-story building. And Cupertino won't have any downtown. You'll just have mixed-use buildings that's tall and only stores on the bottom, and Valco will be no different. It's just blocks and blocks of buildings. I would encourage all of the Cupertino residents to shop at Valco. This is our last season. We won't have another chance for another mall. These stores a lot of stores have already left. We don't have it. Even if Valco is not rezoned, we don't have a mall anymore. And I would encourage the city manager to look at how other developers treat their shops. Look at how Biltmore treat the store owners who left, and Marina and Oaks. From what I've heard, they got much better deal than what Sand Hill is doing to these poor shop owners. One thing led to another. They lose their shop today, they might not be able to pay their mortgage tomorrow. In a few months, they might be out on the street, one of the homeless. The city, you have a hand in pushing this through. Do not fall for the lies of developers. Is Valco really dead? Check the data. Check the sales tax and look at all this. All throughout recession, these stores have been in the shop, in the mall for 10, 20, 30 years. They have survived. They have established a customer base. Valco is not really dead.
Thank you.
Don't fall for the developers' lies, or otherwise Cupertino will be the jokes of Silicon Valley.
Thank you. Mary Feely, followed by Marian Moscoso, followed by Ruth Ashkenazi.
Good evening. Thank you for listening to these people. I think they've made some good points that you should pay attention to. One of the things is I've been in Cupertino. I was one of the original people who went up to Sacramento that got your borders changed so that you do have a Cupertino. You had a San Jose, but you didn't have a Cupertino. Now, I'm watching you destroy one of the main things that you've had in the city for many, many years. Now, I grew up in this city, and I've reached the elderly stage. And I look at this and I say, hey guys, when you get old, where are you going to shop? You're not going to shop in Valco. It ain't going to be there because you personally killed it. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you have a master plan? You do? You don't? Okay, I guess if you don't say yes, you don't have a master plan, do you, for the city? So therefore, you can't change it. Therefore, you don't know what you're doing. If you don't know what you personally are doing, then what are you doing sitting up there? Why don't we get a new group? People ought to do something for the people that are in this city. Now, the population is aging. It's doing it all over this country. And what are you doing? You're going to let them all go on their walkers and strollers and things like that to walk the streets in order to try and do some shopping. Yeah. I hope you get a knee replacement. That's right, I'm pointing at you. So you can learn how much fun it is to walk when you can hardly move your leg without pain that brings water to your eyes. Yes, I think you're a bunch of great people. I hope you prove me right. Thank you.
Marian Moscoso, followed by Ruth Ashkenazi, followed by R.A. Not sure what the last letter is. Marian.
Members of the council, thank you. My name is Mariah Moscoso, and I came into this council meeting out of obligation. But after hearing the shop owners of the stores in Valco Mall, I felt it an obligation to ask the council to please look into this problem because it clearly affects so many shop owners, so many citizens of this beautiful city, and a level that much that people have to cry in front of you actually shows how much it affects it. So that's all I have to say, but please keep in mind to look into this problem. Thank you.
Ruth, followed by R.A. something. Okay.
Good evening. I attended Sandhills open houses, and I did so with reservations, but with a promise to myself to keep an open mind. I asked a lot of questions and talked to a lot of people, and I really tried hard to believe what they were telling me. I support business. I support big business. I think big business is a great thing. I think profits are a great thing. But I'll tell you what, after hearing what I heard today, all those reservations came back with a vengeance. And I want to ask you tonight, and I'll end with this. Ask yourselves, do you trust Sandhill? Do you trust a company that can't treat a few business owners well, to treat our community well? What's on their mind? When they talk about bettering Cupertino, what are they really talking about? Are they talking about themselves? Or are they talking really about making this a great community? I don't think so. Because good companies, good big companies, don't treat individuals that way. They have respect for individual business owners. And I hope you do too. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe Raj.
Raj, yeah.
Okay. What's your last name, sir?
Singh.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mayor. Good morning, council members.
Good morning.
Everybody else. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. It's not morning yet, but
And I'm the business owner in Vallco Mall as well. And last 12 years, Vallco Mall has been promised to all small business owners with 3, maybe 4 ownerships. Always have promise with followers, hope, and to make us stay there from last 12 years. And we always have, whenever mall has remodeled, all the dust, everything we have eaten there, just waiting for better days, gonna be come ahead. But the new ownership come, different hope, different kind pictures, different kind drama was shown. Okay, sign now, next year will be this. This Christmas, next year will be this. Eventually never happen. Everything, all the store was been dusted. When the mall was remodeling, floor was putting on, mall has not given any cleanup, help or any money to any businesses there. After 12 years of false promises and hope, and now this new ownership has been come in with like dictatorship, or you have no rights to talk, you have no rights to say any word to anybody, because they know last 10 to 12 years, no small owners, businesses have any money in the bank to move out or any saving, as the Vallco Mall reputation and history can tell you how Don has been doing for the last 12 years. And they come out and giving us, everybody notice, now it's time for you just leave. If you don't leave, you have this to do, this to do. You have no rights to do anything with 30 days notice or 2-month notice to walk out. I hope and looking forward of help from City of Cupertino for any small business they can do. Thank you very much.
thank you, Raj. Okay, so we're going to close oral and move on to our consent calendar. We
So
appreciate
very quickly, Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I just want so you will follow up with this because obviously we had a lot of speakers today, and it's very important to the property owner and the small business owners. Is if you haven't had a chance or you didn't speak, please make sure you give to city clerk your contact information so that we can also get back to you when the city manager gets back to us as well too. Thank you.
That's what I was going to mention, but yes, thank you, Gilbert. So, yeah, we understand. I guess I first heard about this in an email earlier today, so this is news.
Yeah, it's news to us too. The first time I heard about it was today as well.
But now we've heard about it.
Yes.
In big time. So thank you all for coming. We do appreciate it.